Welcome, my name is Reese Thompson. I'm a 21-year-old entrepreneur, and this is my story so far. Now, the reason I'm making this video and sharing this story with you today is because in 3 years' time, I want to be able to look back and see who I was, and see, obviously, my mindset and stuff like that. And of course, in 3 years' time, I'm going to have a lot more knowledge, a lot more information, a lot more skills, and a lot more money. And I'd be intrigued to see, once I'm successful, what my mindset was when I wasn't successful as well. To the future me watching this, I know you're probably cringing at maybe some of my body movement or the way I pronounce words or the way I communicate with eye contact or whatever stuff he knows then. But I know obviously he'll be proud that I decided to be authentically me, kind of put my vision out there for everyone to see, take in all the judgment and all the shit I got given and not give a fuck really, and just go after what I want to go after. So let's jump into it. So my upbringing from about 0 to 5 years old. I come from two parents, as everyone does. Young parents, they were about 20 and 19 years old when they had me, so very, very young and stupid. And during my younger years, they struggled. As they were so young, they weren't financially set up. And based off the stories I've been told, I would say we started off as a poor family, and then transitioned into a middle-class family throughout the first 5 years of my life. And the reason we were able to transition to a middle-class family was purely because of my parents' work ethic and desire to give us an opportunity. They worked hours on end every single day trying to get us ahead. And ultimately, they achieved their goal in that time period of giving us kids, me, my brother and my sister, the opportunity to get a good education. And we were able to be sent to a good school, which was a private school in our area. Now, in my school years, I went to a private school for my entire school education, which of course is a very good education for a normal family, and for a kid to have. But the problem I had during my school years was I never had a dream career. I never had an aspiration beyond school after my years were done there, and it kind of left me with a lack of purpose and a lack of a direction to go. So instead of being a good student, I would try to be the class clown. I would try to make people laugh. I would be disrespectful towards teachers. I wouldn't do my work, I would be lazy, and ultimately I was just a bad student. Now this would cause a lot of arguments between me and my parents. They were working their asses off trying to afford private school education and give us the best opportunity they knew. And I was wasting their money, I was wasting their hard-earned money. And ultimately, it caused a lot of arguments and a lot of friction. And during this time, I saw how hard my parents were working and how little we were getting ahead. Now, I'm not saying we struggled financially, but my dad pretty much, he worked in the mines away from home for 5 years, 12-hour shifts, manual labour, working his ass off. My mum was progressing in her career, working every single day, and still we couldn't get ahead. So I knew for me that life was not something I had any desire for. And whilst I had no desire for this as well, I was consistently being told by teachers that I needed to have something to do after school. I needed a direction. I needed a career and a choice I needed to make at 15, 16 years old for the rest of my life, for the next 40 years of my life. And I don't know why, but for some reason it never clicked with me. Thank God I did not listen to them, because I look at the information they're giving me now and I realise how bad of advice it is to tell a 15, 16-year-old boy that they need to choose a career for the rest of their life and not let them find their own journey. So thank fuck to the younger me for not listening and not being indoctrinated by my teachers. And then outside of school and my family, my environment was all the same. It was typical middle class to poor people, living paycheck to paycheck, working jobs they don't really enjoy just to get by and be able to provide an average life for their family. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this. Some people may be happy in this situation. But it definitely indoctrinated me and limited my mind to what's possible financially and for a lifestyle. And I never even really had hopes or dreams of being rich. I did not think it was even possible. I thought you had to be born rich. I was completely indoctrinated, and my mind was so closed-minded on what was possible for my future. And this was purely due to my parents, the lifestyles they lived, my environment, all my friends' parents, all that stuff. And then once again, my teachers constantly telling me I needed a career and something to aim towards and something to do for the rest of my life, which, thank God, once again, I never ever had a dream career. Then I come across the opportunity to play college soccer in USA once my studies at high school were finished. Now this here gave me a real sense of direction. Instantly, once I figured out, well, I thought I had figured out this is what I want to do, my grades improved, my behavior improved, my relationships with teachers, my focus, everything improved at school, and I was pretty much obsessed with achieving this goal of mine. Once I'd figured this out and realized this was the direction I was going, I thought it was my dream to play soccer in the USA. Then school finished, I ended up getting good grades after I pulled my head in, and I went to the USA to follow what I thought was my dream at 18 years old. It went well. It let me open my wings for the first time and have that first taste of freedom. I got to grow as a person, and I saw the benefit of leaving home, changing your environment. I got to see that benefit pretty early on in my life. And what I also saw was the importance of money and how limiting your life is when you don't have much access to that resource. I was a broke 18-year-old over there, penny pinching, saved up some money to go over there. Obviously, I had to help and support my family, but I did not want to ask for money while I was over there because I felt that was wrong, as I was living in America and they were here slaving away. Anyway, I made the decision to come back to Australia after 6 months after I didn't get the scholarship I wanted. This left me studying at the University of Adelaide for a year in a diploma of business with pure intentions to head back to the USA after my 1-year diploma. Then during that year of studying, I ended up with a bad injury playing soccer, and it once again reinforced the importance of money in my life. I was broke, I couldn't work because I just had surgery, I couldn't play soccer and get paid because I just had surgery. So once again, I saw the importance of having money and what life is like without it. That then caused me to make the decision to stay in Australia. The reason is because in the USA, I was a student on a student visa. I couldn't work many hours, and American minimum wage is horrible. Whereas in Australia, I could stay here, I could work a part-time job, I could play soccer, I could get paid, and I'd have access to more money, which was something that I had realised in that moment in time is a valuable resource. Then over that year, I completed my diploma in business at the University of Adelaide. It taught me absolutely fuck all about business. None of it I learnt there has even applied at all to what I'm doing now. But what it did is at least it opened my mind. I was constantly thinking about business opportunities. I was constantly trying to come up with something, and it opened my mind, and it at least made me look at opportunities. So that's the one thing I got out of it. And towards the end of my university year, around September, October 2022, I come across Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, personal finance, real estate investing, personal finance in general. And this opened my mind. This was my red pill moment. Reading these books and having access to these resources made me realize my entire life I had been lied to about money by people that were only trying to help me, by the teachers, by my parents even, by my environment. Everything I'd be told about how to get money was a complete lie. For the next year, I became addicted to learning everything I could on personal finance and real estate and investing. I was working 3 jobs during this period, doing over 60 hours a week in a manual labour job, shoveling, and then I was also playing semi-professional soccer. So yeah, it was pretty taxing on the body, pretty physical, but it was a sacrifice I was willing to make as I was completely obsessed with achieving what I want to achieve. I would educate myself to and from work with podcasts on financial stuff, investing, all that stuff. And then during my lunch breaks, I would also read my books. I was literally spending every single second of my day obsessed with what I wanted to achieve. The reason I was doing what I was doing was with my plan of building a real estate empire, becoming a real estate investor. Over the next 10 years, I was going to amass a massive portfolio of real estate, and that would be my vehicle to financial freedom, to location freedom, time freedom, and pretty much a way out of working a career. Then Bali happened. I went to Bali in September 2023, and the reason I went there was to celebrate my hard work over the last year. I'd sacrificed a lot of hours, a lot of time, a lot of comfort, and I wanted to celebrate my hard work and also give myself an insight into what the future of my life would look like with freedom abundance, all that type of lifestyle stuff that everyone is desiring. Little did I know this trip would change my life. On accident, my friend group that I was with in Bali, they bumped into a few individuals over there who were making money online. They just bumped into them on accident and pretty much asked them if they live here. They said yes, they were making money from crypto, marketing agencies, and that opened my mind. Prior to that trip, anything I'd seen on making money online seemed like a scam, didn't seem real, seemed like a bunch of gurus selling a course, and it did not seem like it was actually a possible, tangible outcome for my life. So seeing these people who were casually living there, casually talking about this topic was another red pill moment for me. I made the decision then and there I would do everything in my power to try and make money online by starting an online business so I could achieve that location, time and financial freedom that these people had. So once I got back from Bali, I started a business. I quit my 9-to-5 job. I had plenty of savings because I was originally saving up for real estate. I had about $40,000 at that point in time ready to put in real estate, and then I made the decision I would live off that savings whilst I learned how to run a business. I built a web design agency for 4 months, and this taught me so many fundamental things, skills, information, everything I needed to know pretty much at a fundamental level on business. And obviously, it helped me learn a lot. From marketing to sales funnels to running ads to creating creatives to CRMs to SaaS products, you name it. It taught me a lot, and it made me go through a lot of pain to learn it, a lot of frustration and a lot of stress. So I'm thankful that I did go through it now, but in the time I was thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Ultimately though, as a beginner, it did not teach me the one most important skill of all, selling/sales. I knew the one ingredient I was missing from my business was the ability to sell. So I come across my mentor on YouTube, and I then made the decision to book a call with him to try get access to his program so I could apply his knowledge and information to my business. On that call, he kind of told me, you need to make the decision whether you stay with the business and focus on that, or you pursue sales and go fully in on that and get really good at sales. So I decided to lose the ego of having a business. I decided to invest in this mentor who is a legend, and go all in on sales over the next year to 2 years and really get good at it. Obviously, sales is a very important skill in entrepreneurship. From there, obviously, after I made up my mind, I invested some money into my mentor. I'm learning directly from him, who was successful in this space. All the skills that he attained, all the knowledge he attained, I'm now attaining. And this has given me another set of fundamental skills I will need to succeed in a business. So where I'm at now, I'm currently looking to succeed in remote sales whilst expanding my network, expanding my skills, expanding my knowledge. And also I can have that location freedom during that time, and also some financial freedom because you can make a fair bit of money doing this. Further down the line, I will be combining the skills I learned from my web design agency in regards to marketing, sales funnels, CRMs, all that stuff I attained earlier. I'll combine that with the skills I'm learning through my mentor now and through remote sales. Further down the line, I'll combine all these skills, and I know for sure I will have a successful business. I look forward to that day where I have a successful business, but until then, I'm focusing on getting better every single day, one step at a time, focusing on remote sales. And as frustrating and stressful as it can be at times, because I just want instant gratification and progress right now, I'm trying to enjoy the journey as much as possible. And I know I'm on the right path to becoming the man I want to be, so I can ultimately be able to give back to the people who sacrificed for me, like my mum and dad, and then provide for others as well that I love. So all the pain that I have gone through so far, all the pain I'm going to go through, all the stress I'm going to go through to become successful, I know it's worth it ultimately because of my goals and my why and who I'm doing this for. And also, success will be worth it because it is so painful, it can be so stressful. Most people will quit along this journey, but all the pain is what gives success its value. If it was easy, everyone would do it. The reason only so few people are successful is because of the pain. Thank you for watching the video, guys, and to the future me, I know you're thanking me right now for the hard work I've done so far, and for the hard work I'll continue to do, so you can sit there and give back to the people that sacrifice for you and live a good life. So you better be thankful, cunt. I'll see you in the next one.